One of the most interesting books that I found lately is this Chess Highlights of the 20th Century, the best chess from 1900 to 1999 in historical context. Honestly, the book, I think it's beautiful for the idea. It's a very creative and interesting idea. It practically covers in few pages every year from 1900 to 1999 and tell you what happened for chess, that was important, the highlights, and then what happened also at historical level. So it's really interesting, I believe. And I think it's a book that everybody who came out from the COVID period, because in the COVID period everybody learned chess and started to play chess, well, I think a book like this would give you an idea of what happened in chess in that century. And a lot happened, because if you think in 1925 FIDE was created, when they started official world championships, clearly a lot of stuff that was very interesting. Obviously I can show you, for example, for 1900 the author choose some fragments or entire games to comment. Then of course there is the world news in brief and the chess news in brief. It's a really beautiful book, a beautiful paper. I really like it. I want to show you 1928, an excellent year for Capablanca. And this is a very interesting thing, because it starts the 1928 saying Bogolyubov wins the Bud Kissingen tournament with 8 out of 11. Ahead of Capablanca, that made 7, and Ove and Rubinstein, both and 6.5. But here it shows the game Bogolyubov-Capablanca, that you can see the position over the board, but Kissingen 1928. And here it says Bogolyubov, which is white, is happy with a draw due to the tournament situation. However, his play shows some indecisions, and as his desire to avoid complication interferes with his natural inclination to find the best move. So, the game starts with black to move. Black is Capablanca. What would you play if you were black? Okay? Try to pause the video and find it out. Capablanca played King e7, to which followed g4, h6, stopping any h5 pressure, a3, a6. Obviously a6, the idea is b5, okay? King e2. Why they continue to play this instead of castling? Because you must understand the situation. The situation is the one of an endgame, let's say, and since it's a kind of endgame, then the king must be centralized, not put on the side. Okay? Rook h b8, knight e4, b5, obviously white, that is Bogolyubov, doesn't open the position for black's advantage and plays c5 and d5. Black breaks open lines one way or another, and white plays c takes d6, which is en passant, c takes d6, and now there is f4. Which also is dubious. It was better rook hc1, okay? Rook c8 obviously tries to take control of the open file, and here white makes another mistake, f5. This allows black too much leeway on the queen side. So the problem is that white is not contrasting black's control of the queen side. Okay, so how does Capablanca continue here? He played knight a5, king d3, knight c4, rook a b1. If you played this b3, here the author gives a line saying that black is able to control the c file, so it's not a good idea. Okay, so we were in this position where he played f5, and black continue with knight d3, knight c4, rook b1, rook b1, and now there is a great move by black. Can you guess what is the move by black? The move is d5. It seems it was better to play this, also if black would have played this, but white played knight c3, which is a dubious move, and black continued with rook c6. F takes c6, f takes c6, and now there is g5. White suddenly goes for an active approach, but it just leaves his pieces less well coordinated. How does black continue? Obviously h takes g5, rook h5, sorry, king f6, rook h3, rook a c8. Now the threat, I hope you understand what is the problem here, right? That black is threatening to play knight takes c2, gaining a pawn and then taking back this knight, okay? So you must be careful what you do. Okay, how did our friend continue? Let's see. G5, HD. Okay, after rook a8, white plays knight a2, obviously taking out from the danger. a5, rook f3, king g6, g4, rook d6, knight d6, knight c3, b4, a takes b4, a takes b4, knight d1, rook c2, and now things are becoming kind of interesting because look what rook c2 does. Rook c2 is controlling this file and this rank and this file. The problem is that, as you can see, all the escape squares of a king are controlled by the enemy. This makes me think that there is a way probably to give checkmate. I am not sure, but I think it's possible. Okay, rook f2, and he plays b3. Rook a1, knight e4. And of course, be careful because after rook takes c2, rook takes c2, and rook d2 is checkmate. Okay, so rook e2, rook 8 c6, rook b1, e5, rook a1. As you can see, black is in Zugzwang. Rook c6, c4, rook a5, knight c5 check. And why did white resign here? I think you should, guys, to pause the video and find it out because it's very, very interesting. Okay, so if it takes on c5, there is e4 checkmate, right? If he takes with a rook, it's the same identical thing. Okay? There is no way to escape it, practically. As you can see, like after rook takes c5, there is e4. Thank you very much. The game is over. So this was Bogolyub of Capablanca, Bad Kissinger, 1928. I hope you enjoyed it. I honestly enjoy the stories from this book, and it's something you can read also before going to bed, asleep, because it will help you to enter with another historical period, understand what happened. It's very, very interesting in my opinion. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a Merry Christmas if you see this video a little too late.